I am happy that you're going to have value, and that value is that I'm teaching you the Bonniehood Bucket System on how you can raise your baby snails. Practical system on how you can raise your baby snails from A to Z. All right, I am Bonnie Ebi Howard, CEO of Bonniehood Farms and Agro Consultant. Today, I want to give you what you have been asking for, what most of you have been asking for. That is, I want to teach you how you can construct the BBS model, the Bonniehood bucket system model of how you can take care of baby snails effectively. Now, the basic problem in snail farming to most farmers, particularly young farmers, is the ability to be able to raise healthy baby snails like we do. All right, and you've noticed, and most people have asked, so why is it that your snails are healthy and they are doing well? I know they look sharp and all that. Now the secret is I have a secret model, although basically for medium and small startups, which I call the BBS, Bonniehood Bucket System. Now in this system, which I'm going to teach you in this video, and how you can set it up. Now I want to give it out for free. So it's a masterclass free training is what I'm going to give to you now. So if what you want in snail farming is to be able to raise your baby snails effectively with low mortality and raise them sharp, clean, healthy, and raise them to a good size without having all the stress. All right, and importantly, it's also a soilless snail farming, so it's not, there's nothing about soil cleaning, nothing about issues of cleaning and all that. So it's a soilless system, and if you can use a bucket, okay, you can use a bucket to raise your snails, your baby snails, effectively clean. All right, so that is what I'm going to train you in this model, so you don't have to struggle the way most farmers struggle. All right, a lot of farmers struggle. I can tell you a lot of snail farmers actually go out of business simply because they don't have the ability to raise their baby snails. Okay, most people, their snails are doing well, their adult snails are fine, but they have issues with their baby snails. All right, so I feel it necessary that I'll teach you how to set your BBS, Bonniehood Bucket System, the soilless bucket system, where you can raise your baby snails effectively, and when they grow up to a certain age, you can then take them to your whatever system you have. But at least at that initial stage, you can raise them effectively and properly. Okay, so you keep them in the BBS for like a period of maybe from 0 to 60-90 days. It depends on the quantity, because while they begin to grow, it depends on the population, because while they begin to grow, you have to depopulate them. Okay, because overpopulation is going to have a lot of effects on your snails. All right, so okay, another thing, don't forget, after you're done watching this training, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you'll be updated whenever we upload useful videos like this, as we're going to be dropping frequent value. All right, so practical tips on how you can raise your baby snails using the Bonniehood bucket system.
So without wasting much time, let's dive right into making of the BBS, the Bonniehood bucket system. All right, so you can use any kind of bucket that has a cover. It must have a cover. The cover is compulsory, so you make sure you have cover. Like here now, we're using about a 20-liter bucket, paint bucket, and I'm going to show you exactly how you're going to do that. So you have the bucket number one, then you get your candle or any lighting source which you can use in heating what they're going to use to perforate the cover and any other place you are supposed to perforate. All right, so next is you get a lighter. The lighter is also very important. You just get it ready normally, then you get a nail, and then what you're going to do with the nail is that you're going to pierce the nail through a wood, maybe 2x2 or 2x3 wood, just the way you're seeing it here. The essence is that you're going to burn this nail so it won't hurt you, and then you'll be able to use it to pierce the other stuff. Then you're going to get your mulching materials, which is important. We originally used mulching materials. For now, mulching material, and the purpose of this training, you can use mulching materials because it's very good for the baby. So you put up your candle and you light it up. uh, this is how you do the BBS, Bonniehood Bucket System. The BBS is a very good system. We, a lot of people have heard about it for a very long time, and today is one of the first time I'm trying to teach people how to do it. A lot of persons have called me and all that. So you're gonna, like I told you, you're gonna perforate the cover, but then you have to hit the nail and you have to perforate appropriate places so that you be able to have some level of ventilation, and also have some places where excess water can flow through. Okay, so it avoids, like, just like all our models, all our systems are water logging proof. All right, no water logs in any of our systems. If you like, put in a drum of water, pour it in there, all the water is going out. That is how our solar systems are all made. So you must always give value to that. Always, at everything you do, give value to that. Okay, so you see that we are now piercing the cover first. Okay, you can actually use a bigger nail. Okay, here we're using about 3 inches nail. Okay, but you can use a bigger nail. Okay, so you can have bigger holes. All right, or you have a small rod that is quite big, you can use the rod and then pierce so the holes can be bigger, or you can even put as many holes as possible. All right, and but then you have to also ensure while you pierce, also be sure that where you're going to keep your BBS, your Bonniehood Bucket System, there won't be presence of ants. Okay, so just watch how we pierce this. So the next thing to do is for you to perforate the back, not much, but at least to an extent, so that every water can flow through out of it. So after piercing, the next thing is to add the mulching material. Okay, here we use plantain leaves. Please get the plantain leaves, just squeeze it, just the way we are doing it, just to make it flexible, so that it will, when you put it in a pen, it can maintain a good shape for the snails to actually hide under. Then you fold it the way we are folding it here, and then you put it carefully inside the bucket. You don't have to squeeze it so much, just allow it float inside the bucket. Then you have like 2 3, just put enough, but please, it should not be too tight. If it is tight, it will be difficult for the snails to hide under. If you want to sterilize these materials, you can use our insect repellent to soak them, and that is it. Allow them to dry, and then you put them in the pen. So the next thing is to sprinkle water and make sure all the leaves are wet. Make sure the moisture is there. So the next thing is to get the baby snails and place them on the leaves. They will find their way under and hide properly. So next is we're going to talk about how you can feed them, how you can care and all that, and that is very simple. Okay, now the BBS, the Bonniehood Bucket System, is easy to manage. Now what happens is that you place their food on a leaf. Okay, you can use pawpaw leaf, you can use cocoyam leaf, you can use any leaf they eat. All right, place it like the plate, and then you place the food on it. Okay, so whenever they feel like eating, they will come up and eat either both the leaf and the food you place for them. So the leaf you are keeping as plate also serve as both plate and food for them. Okay, so if you can actually put a plate, but I don't really see much reason for that. But you can actually get a small plate, but with these two you can still give them food. Like that is how I actually feed them. I put the food on a leaf, a fresh leaf, so they both eat the leaf, they both eat the fresh. So the next day I just come take the fruit out of the pen, and then replace it possibly in the next evening. And then I wash this bucket 2 3 times in a week. Okay, so to wash the bucket, you bring out the baby snails, you remove the mulching materials. If they're dirty, you rinse them, and then you wash the bucket properly, and then you put the leaves back and you put the snails back, and then you are good to go. And when you remove the snails and the leaves, this is how it looks like. Everything empty, 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 empty. So it just rains and all that, and then you have to go. Then you put them back, put leaf and put food for them, and that is how you run it. And on serving them supplements, what I do is once in a while I just sprinkle a little calcium supplement on their food, just like the way you see it. Okay, and for several reasons, instead of giving them the powder, you can actually add the calcium, half processed calcium supplements like the clamshell or the oyster shell in their pen, so they can come and eat it up whenever they want. This is actually more economical, and also it's from experiment, from what I've observed, it works better for them unless you are giving them eggshell. All right, if you're giving eggshell, you can either mix it in their food or you sprinkle the way I did on the video. The washing of their pen should not just be a procedure. You just study the pen. Whenever it gets really dirty, you clean it. You don't need to wait for the 2-3 times. Just watch. Whenever it's getting too dirty, you clean, because once they're dirty, it can kill your snails massively. And I'm very sure you're amazed at this beauty. Beautiful snails. Can you see that?